Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being with us for the final info session on the 2025 construction grant programs. We will give everyone a few minutes to join us and then we'll get started. We'll give everyone just another minute to join and then we'll start right on time. Okay. Well, we know that your time is valuable, so we will begin right at 2 o'clock. And welcome for those who are just joining us. Today, we will be discussing the 2025 Construction Mitigation Grant that is made possible by the City of San Antonio for its business owners. This session is offered in English and Spanish. If you prefer to listen in Spanish, you'll just need to click the interpretation button that looks like a globe at the bottom of your screen. And then we recommend that you click mute original audio so that you're not hearing the audio in both languages.
Buenas tardes. Para escuchar en español, en los controles de la reunión, seleccione el botón de interpretación, seleccione el idioma que desee escuchar, español. Para escuchar solo el idioma interpretado, seleccione silenciar audio original. Esto es opcional.
So to introduce myself, my name is Lilian Spenley. I am the Development Operations Manager here at Lift Fund. I've worked on almost all of our grant programs since 2020 that Lift Fund has offered, many of those in partnership with the City of San Antonio. We're so grateful to the city for all of the efforts that it offers to support its small business owners with their changing needs. And we've worked with the city on programs that offer 0% interest for loans, several COVID-related grants, and now some additional grants for the effects of, or for lessening the effects of the construction on small businesses. We've also worked with the city to offer different coaching and business advising programs. So we're delighted to be doing this program today. We have had a number of info sessions over the past couple months on 3 programs that were running at the same time. We did have the Accelerate Recovery and Stabilization Construction related grants, whose application periods were open until last Friday, June 6th, but are now closed. The program whose application is open now is the Mitigation Grant. And so that's the one that we'll be focused on today. So for this program, the city has allocated $80,000 towards the fund, and grants for those who are eligible will be a flat $2,000 each. let me pause and say that if you have any questions at any point, you can post them in the Q&A section of Zoom, and we'll answer those as we go along or at the end. So all applications that are submitted will be reviewed. And as I said, any eligible applicants will be awarded a $2,000 grant. The application period for this program began or opened on June 2nd and will continue to be open until 5 o'clock on June 30th. So please, please, please don't wait till the last day of the month to get in, and definitely don't wait till 11 p.m. on the 30th to submit, because the application portal will close right at 5 p.m. Once the application period has closed, we'll begin reviewing the applications received in early July, and that will continue through the end of August. And then we'll begin notifying those who have submitted on July 9th, but that notification period will extend out until early September. We'll work just in the order that applications come in. So if you don't hear from us right on July 9th, don't panic. We'll be continuing to send those notifications out through September. And then lastly, as far as funding and when the money will actually hit your account for those who are determined to be eligible, that will begin mid-July and continue through mid-September. So the purpose of this mitigation grant is for businesses who are in the construction zones where construction will be beginning in the next few months. So it hasn't started yet, but we know that it's coming. And it's to help you specifically do different marketing activities to help your business thrive during the period of construction where it may be harder for customers to get to your store. So the funds can be used for social media marketing, for signage outside your store, to let folks know that you're there and open, or to point them to alternative parking, any other types of marketing activities, hiring, website or social media or marketing consultants or designers, doing updates to your website. And lastly, it can also be used to implement services if you don't already have them, like Favor or Uber Eats, that would allow customers to order your products and have them delivered to them without having to come to your shop. Grants are limited to one per business at each location. However, if you do have two separate businesses in the construction zone that are eligible, then you can submit an application for both of them, as long as we can tell that they are completely separate businesses, so different formation documents, different financials. All applications will be reviewed both on the stated information that you provide and any additional clarifications that we reach out to you for. The eligibility criteria are that you must have a minimum of $10,000 gross sales in 2024. You have to have owned and operated the business and have a formation date on your registration documents of on or before January 1, 2024. You'll need to be a retail or service business that requires customer foot traffic normally for your day-to-day operations. You'll need to meet the SBA size standard for a small business. You'll need to currently be operating and not have filed for bankruptcy as of the date when you apply for the grant. And then lastly, you'll need to be in the eligible construction zone, which for this grant is the Marbach area streets, and plan to remain open for 1 year from the date that you receive the funds. You can check your business address on our website to be sure that you are located within the eligible zone. And we'll show you the website later and where you can find that address lookup tool. So there's not too many industry restrictions for this grant. As we said, as long as you're a type of business that requires foot traffic by customers for your day-to-day sales and operations. However, there are a few prohibited industries, which include sexually oriented businesses, liquor stores, cigar stores, payday and auto loan providers, gambling-related businesses, and lastly, franchisors. Also, nonprofits are not eligible for consideration for this grant. To be the applicant, you'll need to be the majority owner of the business or at least equal share. So if you're 50-50% split with your partner, either of you can apply. But if there's one person who's 80%, for example, and another who's 20%, we do need that 80% owner to be the applicant. The required document list is very short for this program. We tried to make it as easy as possible for you. So we'll need your business formation document, and that could be your certificate of incorporation or formation from the city of, from the Secretary of State, or your DBA or assumed name certificate from Bexar County Clerk's Office. Then we'll need your 2024 filed business tax return. And so if you haven't filed yet, please be sure to get with your bookkeeper or accountant to help you with that before the end of the month. We'll need your driver's license or other government issued photo ID. We'll need your most recent business utility bill, so gas, electric, or water. And then lastly, your most recent business bank statement to verify that you are currently operating. The eligible construction zone for this program, as I said, is the Marbach Road area streets. The application you can find on our website, which is cosaconstructiongrants2025.com. And again, we'll visit that in a moment. The application does take about 30 minutes to an hour to complete. To make it easier for yourself, we do recommend collecting all of the required documents before you begin, and that way you'll be able to quickly move through the application and the upload process. However, you can start the application and save your work, log out, and come back in as often as you like up until the June 30th deadline. And so you don't need to complete it all in one sitting if you're not able to. For any questions, our team is available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30. You can reach our special grant team at 800-923-9551 or email us at sbgrants@liftfund.com. These two, this phone line and this email, is our special grant line. So this is not the Lift Fund main number. So when you reach out to these different contact channels, you'll know that you're reaching our specialized grant team. In addition to the grants that we're offering currently, Lift Fund does offer a few other services. So you're always welcome to reach out to us for affordable small business loans. We also have our business coaching department called the Business Resource Hub, and they offer free workshops on a large variety of topics, including how to beef up your online presence and your social media. That's been a very popular one. So definitely recommend checking out our calendar of events at liftfund.com/events. You can also schedule a one-on-one advising meeting with one of our coaches, and you can do that at liftfund.com/business support. So we'll go now to the website, and I'll show you where all of this information is found. The recording of today's session will also be on the website within a few days. You can also review the slides and the recordings from the 3 previous sessions that we've held on the website as well, if you don't want to wait until today's session is posted. So for the mitigation grant, again, the website is cosaconstructiongrants2025.com, and you'll go to the website. It will show you a way to access all 3 of the grant programs. But again, the only one whose application period is open currently is the mitigation grant. So we'll go there for now, and you'll see a summary of how much the grant is for and what activities or expenses can be covered. You'll be able to click the Apply Now button right at the top in order to get to the application portal and begin an application. You'll have that review of, again, those eligible expenses that can be covered by the grant if you are awarded. You'll have the eligibility requirements, and here's where you can find that address lookup tool. So right here where it says be located within an eligible construction zone, if you click on this link, it will take you to a place where you can enter your business address and verify whether you're within an eligible zone. You can also find here a link to that SBA size standard lookup where you can put in the industry that you're in based on your 6-digit NAICS or business activity code, which is found on your tax return, and that'll let you know if you're meeting that SBA size standard. The list of those required documents is here as well, followed by that program timeline that we covered. Essentially, the program is running from closing the application on June 30th, and then all the remaining phases of the program will be closed out by mid-September. And then the other important thing to know is that if you are selected to receive a grant, you will be sent a follow-up survey for 3 years after the program is closed out. So in March 2026, 2027, and 2028. And we do ask that you complete that survey. That really helps Lift Fund and the city to understand at those points how your business is doing, what sort of pain points you're facing, what challenges you have, and how we can best serve you, as time moves out from the construction. The city economic development team is very proactively out in the community, helping small business owners to apply for this program. So they will have in-person application assistance days if you need a little help, particularly maybe with scanning documents and uploading them on both June 11th in 2 days and June 17th. You don't need to register for those. You can just show up, and we've got the locations for those application assistance times here on the site. So definitely encourage you to visit with the City Economic Development team for in-person assistance. Of course, you can always reach out to Lift Fund's grant team. And again, that phone number is 800-923-9551 or by email at sbgrants@liftfund.com. You can find all of the recordings and the slides from the previous info sessions that we've offered right here as well on the website. And then you'll have a few frequently asked questions that we hear a lot from business owners. A few that I will underscore are if sole proprietors are eligible, absolutely, as long as you've got your DBA registered with the county and you meet all of the other criteria, you're filing that tax return, that Schedule C to show your income. The other one that we get asked a lot is, if I get this grant, is it going to be taxable? The answer is yes. And Lift Fund will issue you a 1099 in January of 2026. So if you are awarded, definitely you'll want to share that with your accountant or bookkeeper and talk to them about how this would be reported on your taxes. If you've received a previous grant from Lift Fund in the past, whether it was for construction or some other grant, you are still eligible for this program, so that does not disqualify you. One other question that we get asked is, what do I do if I don't have a business utility bill? Maybe your utilities are included in your lease with your landlord. That's perfectly fine. In that case, we'll just take a copy of your lease, or if you get a monthly rental invoice, we can take that. We just need some document that shows that you are at, that location that you're stating on your application. So with that, I'll pause and see if we have any questions. I don't see any questions, but the floor is open, so please don't be shy. Feel free to ask. But as always, if you think of something after this session is over, or you don't want to ask on the call, you can always reach out one-on-one to our grant specialists, and I'll leave that contact info here showing on the screen. The site, of course, is also available in Spanish, so you can click from any page the Español button to view all of this information in Spanish, including the recording of today's session. I'll just share that, some of the feedback that we received from previous construction grants that the city and LIF Fund have run together is that business owners wished they'd had more time to prepare before the construction began and had more time to do this type of marketing. And so, the city heard you, and that's one of the reasons that this program was created. Always working to improve these processes to make it as painless as possible for small business owners. So this program comes out of feedback that we've received from those past surveys, which is an example of how valuable your feedback is and how your voice really is heard. Okay, well, I still don't see any questions. You all are a quiet group, but we hope that you'll apply. We welcome you to reach out to us or to attend the in-person application assistance days. And we look forward to working with many of you through the process. And good luck, and thank you for what you do in the community. Wish you all a great day, and we'll talk soon.